Did you know that every woman is born with the total number of eggs that she'll ever have? But I am the fertility nurse, and this is Desire Fertility. At Desire Fertility, we promote fertility health awareness through education and sensitization. We also provide support for couples going through infertility, guiding them every step of the way on their journey to conception. So, if you are someone that is going through any of these phases, or you know someone that has a challenge with their fertility, kindly share this video to them, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button, also on the like button, so you get to see more videos like this. Thank you for joining us, and I'm very delighted to have you here. So we go to the business of the day. We're talking about eggs and numbers today, so that you as a woman can be fully empowered with the knowledge that you need concerning your fertility, concerning your chances of conception. Most women spend half of their reproductive years trying to prevent pregnancy, trying not to get pregnant. But the thing is, some of these women will actually spend the next half of their reproductive years trying to get pregnant. What makes the difference? Every woman is born with the total number of eggs she will ever have in her lifetime. And this is unlike men because sperm production is continuous throughout life. A man produces sperm throughout life till when he gets old. Although the quality of the sperm declines from about age 45 to 50 years. That is for another session. But for today, we're talking about eggs and numbers as per 10 women. Okay, so during the gestational age, when the baby is still in the womb, for the female child, she has about 6 to 7 million eggs. 6 million to 7 million eggs. That is at week 20. So even from the womb, the eggs have started developing. So when the baby is born, the baby is left with about 1 million to 2 million eggs. You can see the drastic, reduction in the quantity. Now, from that stage until the girl child becomes an adolescent at the puberty stage, she is, you know, left with about 300,000 to 400,000 eggs at puberty rather, by the time she starts ovulation and menstruation. So what happened to the 1 million eggs and all? So these eggs have actually died off, right? About 10,000 eggs every month. So they've actually died off. And now the girl is left with 300,000 to 400,000 eggs, which differs with individuals. Now, what are your chances of conception? From your early 20s, from your late teens, your early 20s, up till about 25, 26, 27, 28, up till about 35, the female is very fertile. She is at her peak of fertility. So this is the best time to start a family. This is the best time to start conception. And this is to those who intentionally delay conception. Some persons get married and they have other goals. It is okay to be ambitious. It is okay to have big dreams, right? You want to chase this project, you want to finish up this, you want to do this, but just know that the female calendar, when it comes to fertility, has a timeline. So you would have to align your priorities right. If you would ever want to have children, the best time to start a family is from your early 20s, from 21, 22, even up to 35 years. You can start your family, right? But what happens from after age 35? So it has been scientifically proven that the female fertility starts to decline from age 35. Not that you cannot have children from there, you can, but the quantity and the quality of the eggs begin to reduce. So for women that are above 40 years of age, their chances of conception for every month is about 5%. Now, this is what you should do. You can have control over a lot of factors which you're responsible for. Smoking, cigarettes, alcohol consumption, they are all very toxic to your eggs. So they can go a long way to damage the eggs and shorten the lifespan of your reproduction. Right? Reproductive age is between 15 years to 45 years. Smoking and alcohol consumption can even make the woman go into premature menopause, also known as premature ovarian failure. So these are the factors you can control: your stress, your diet, your lifestyle. You need to get enough sleep. You need to manage your stress. You need to eat the proper diet. You need to avoid, processed foods which have free radicals that can also affect the quality and the health of your eggs. Now, should you be willing to start a family and the conditions are not favorable? Maybe you're not married, and then maybe you want to go for a chemotherapy. For those that have cancer, it is recommended that before starting chemotherapy, you preserve your fertility. If you're not yet ready to start a family and um, you still have it as a life goal, you can preserve your fertility till when you're ready. You've studied the numbers. We've moved from 6 million eggs to 1 million eggs to 300,000 eggs to 400,000 eggs. So you know that for each month, every month about 1,000 eggs die off. So that gradually reduces the number of eggs. Remember, at puberty, there are about 300,000 to 400,000 eggs. So every month, about 1,000 eggs die off. This is just a natural process, right? It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or you have a problem. Another thing to note is that during each cycle, during ovulation, about 15 to 20 immature eggs are released. They are released. Now, when they are released, they are in the ovaries. Only one gets mature. That is the dominant egg. And when it gets mature, all other, let's say 20 follicles are carrying immature eggs. These immature eggs are known as oocytes. So 20 follicles are carrying this oocyte in small fluid-like sacs right there in your ovaries. Now, one of these oocytes becomes mature by the action of the follicle stimulating hormone, right? When that particular egg becomes mature, that is the egg that becomes a baby when it is fertilized by the sperm. Now, the remaining 19 will just shrink off. If the mature egg doesn't get fertilized, it will also die off, and then you have the menstruation. So this is eggs and numbers. Why am I emphasizing on these numbers? I don't mean to bug you with so much information on statistics and numbers. I just want to send a point to you that for the female, the reproduction phase is timed. It has a timeline. There's a period of peak fertility. There's a period of decline fertility. So this is to let you know that you should maximize your chances when you are at your peak. And if there's any reason you have to delay fertility, you should be properly guided. There are options for you to preserve your fertility. There is oocyte cryopreservation, that is freezing your eggs till when you are ready. But for any option, you should be properly guided by a fertility specialist. So if you have plans of starting your family, you're not yet ready, or you're finding it difficult, you really need clarity on your journey. So you should see your OBGYN, you should see your fertility specialist, you should consult a qualified fertility health professional. And should you have any questions, should you have any you know comments, feel free to reach out to us at Desire Fertility, and we'll be happy to help. So that brings us to the end of video today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.